Hello and welcome. My name is Gene, and today we're going to move with a little bit of a mindfulness toward balance and positioning of the body, just reconnecting with relationships with space, how we interact with space, that kind of thing. So for now, find your way to around the center of your mat. Maybe you want to step to the back of your mat. Either place is good. Find your feet planted on the earth. Palms of the hands can either be facing front in that anatomical place, or bring them to heart center. Start off with feeling your big toes planted on the ground, deciding how you want the feet positioned. Maybe even rocking back and forth until you know that the heels of the feet and the soles of the feet, the toes of the feet, all of those places are nice and stable. From there, the spine stacks, the limbs and joints stack, all atop. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose or mouth. Observe any thoughts in your brain. Maybe something that you're holding on to. Something you want to set aside for at least a half hour, a little bit of a practice. Making space for your body to exist in this state. This authentic present moment. So as mentioned, we'll be moving through some balance postures today, a couple of shifting positions, alternating perspectives. So any intention that welcomes balance, moving with an inner knowing, connecting to that inner wisdom, that inner voice, and an intention of self-trust. All of those ideas can be wonderful to move with today. Or anything that feels good for your body in this space. And as your intention becomes known to you, take that breath in through the nose, lifting through the heart, skull up to the sky. And then exhale, dropping your ear toward the right shoulder, moving to the right to begin. Make a neck circle going in that direction. Chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, then moving behind. Take 2 more circles to the right. Just breathing nice and easy, observing the breath more than controlling it. As the right side finishes, take 3 circles to the left. Now, as your thoughts begin to draw toward your neck, if you feel any tension, you're welcome to hold there for an extra moment or two, just a beat. It's enough time to at least address the tension on the surface. Say, hey, I see you there, I know you're here. And then allow it to wash off breath by breath, heartbeat by heartbeat throughout your practice. Coming back to your center, neck neutral. Take another breath in through the nose. And then as you exhale, opening your eyes just to face the space in front of you if you closed your eyes. And when you feel ready, take that next breath in. Just start walking toward the top of your mat. Deliberate footsteps. Maybe you teeter-totter to the side. That's always a fun part of life. But make each step deliberate until you arrive at the top of your mat. Blanket and blocks set for you if you'd like to use them. Once your Tadasana is connected with your body, once you feel yourself in that place, Realize your intention once more. What are you moving with today? What are you wanting to be a part of your process today? We'll start off with a couple of sun salutations. First one will be pretty gentle, holding the postures just to get the feel of it. Second one will have some more heat, and then add in a bit more movement to it. So with your intention brought to bear, take an inhale. Arms rise up to the sun, first of your namaskars. And then as you exhale, the hands part as you gently hinge the hips forward, hands toward the feet, Uttanasana. Taking 5 breaths here, just feeling your feet planted on the mat, legs lengthening through the backs of them, sit bones reaching up to the sky. Nice and easy fold, just letting the body be for a moment. Good job. Last breath here. Taking another inhale, raise your spine up halfway, lengthening through each vertebrae, back of the skull as well. And then exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step your feet back to a high plank. Good time for a vinyasa flow, elbows tucked in for Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, the chest peels up, taking your upward dog. And then with your chest lifted, toes curled on the mat, breathe out, palms are pressed in. Raise your hips up, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here, nice active pose, just really getting into that feeling in the body. All 10 fingertips are spread on your mat. Arms are straightened with a very gentle bend in the elbows just to not lock the arms. 2 breaths to go. Taking your next inhale, look up at that place where the thumbs meet. And then exhale, come up to your tiptoes, walk flat-footed, or take a tabletop, bringing your feet to your hands, forward fold. Inhale again, torso rises up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, just softening at the knees, returning your heart to your legs for a forward fold. Last inhale, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone. As you roll up the spine, arms meet the sky. And then exhale, pressing down through the forearms. Just shaking off a little bit of the stickiness. How are you feeling after that salutation? Good time to drink some water just to get yourself hydrated early on if you'd like. Feel your feet planted on the mat, bending into the knees and then raising the heels up a bit. Do this a couple times. Inhale, bending and shifting back. Exhale, bending and shifting forward, heels come up. Inhale, bend, shift back, toes off the mat. Exhale, bend and shift forward, raising the heels. 2 more times. Inhale, bend and back. Exhale, bend and forward. Nice. Last time, breathe in. And breathe out. And then heels come back to the mat, shake the body out. So starting to feel that smidgen of heat just a little bit. Your next salutation will be more traditional, allowing you breath to movement opportunities. So coming back to Tadasana Mountain Pose, feet planted, hip distance apart, or touching the insides together, whatever feels good for you. Take an inhale, arms reach up to the sun once more. And then exhale, hinging forward from the hips, trusting the free fall of your heart to the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, raise your torso up halfway, lengthening through your lumbar spine, lower back. And then exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step hopper, float your feet back, Take a vinyasa flow through Chaturanga Dandasana if you'd like. And then inhale, upward facing dog Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And then from the front of the heels on the mat, toes curled. Exhale to raise those hips up. Walk the feet in a step or two. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Now this will be a little bit different just to change up the rhythm of things. Take one more breath here. Now as you inhale, look back at your big toes this time, the point where the big toes meet. And then exhale, either walk the hands back or take a tabletop. Bringing the hands to the knees, straightening the legs for a forward fold. Inhale, torso rises halfway, lengthening through your shoulder blades. And then exhale, soft knees, soft heart toward the legs, forward fold. Last breath in, you're bending the knees. Once more, spine rolls up. And once your hands have met the sun, exhale, pull down from the forearms. Just taking the lessons of that salutation to heart. Nice job. Feel free again to drink some water if you'd like. Just noticing what places in your body are activated a little bit. So, you are now back at your mat. You are back in Tadasana, mountain pose. You're going to do a little bit of forward, backward movement. You can do portions of this with your eyes open, eyes closed. The closed eyes will add a little extra balance challenge if that's something you'd like for yourself. Maybe trusting your ears to do the connecting of information. But whatever works for you, find Tadasana, mountain pose. Take another breath in through the nose, hands start at heart center. And then exhale, bending the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose to start. Feel your feet planted on the mat. And then take an inhale, shift back on the heels, raise the toes up. Exhale, shift forward, raise the heels off the mat, balancing chair. 5 breaths here. Starting to get into the calves a little bit. Add some balance, maybe you raise the calves a little higher. Just being gentle on the legs. The calves can be particularly talkative in this shape. So listen to the language of your legs. Last breath here. And then inhale, lowering your heels out of balancing chair. And then exhale as you straighten the legs, lift the right foot off the mat, bending into the right knee. Now you can stay with the knee bent. You can also extend the right leg out. Little bit of extra rootedness in those left toes, stretching the left foot out on the mat. 3 breaths to go. Nice job. Breathe. Now remembering those mindful steps you took at the very beginning of your practice. Inhale. Bring the right foot down in front of the left foot. And then exhale, stepping the left foot in front of the right, coming into a trapeze walk. Inhale, right foot steps in front of left. And then exhale, stepping the left foot in front of the right. Just again, inhale, step. A couple more times. Exhale, step. Nice little exercise and balance. Last time, take an inhale, step that right foot out to the right side. And then exhale, left foot steps out to the left side a bit. turning onto your right toes, and coming into a kickstand with your right foot against the left leg, Vrksasana tree pose. Find a point in front of you for your eyes to focus on, and then take a breath in. Slide the right foot up the left leg. Always welcome to take the hands and help the foot up. But just like that one leg balance, you are again trusting the rootedness of your left foot and finding that even bit of resistance with your right leg pressing onto the left. Left foot reaching down to the ground to give an extra lengthening in that left leg. Good job. Vrksasana tree pose, almost there. And if your balance feels like it's a little wonky today, always know that right foot on the ground in a kickstand is just as valid of a Vrksasana as the foot lifted off the ground in any capacity. Where is your tree pose today? Couple more breaths. Now taking an inhale, you're going to turn your right knee so that it's facing the front of your mat. Legs still in the air, better balance than me. And then exhale, leading back with your right foot. Turn it back 45 degrees from the back of your mat. Bending into the left knee. Virabhadrasana, Warrior One. Take a couple breaths here. It's about finding that resolve to plant yourself in that place, and it becomes, as visibly noted, a good balanced posture in the body. Find the sole of your left foot on the mat. Find the right heel in line with the left so that the right heel is behind the left heel. Left leg has been your base for this side of your practice. Breathe. Last inhale here. And last exhale, sighing out any tension through the mouth. Now take an inhale. You're going to bend into that left knee. And then exhale, step the right foot forward as the body melts forward for a forward fold. Inhale, spine rises halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale to bend the knees, plant the hands, step, hop, or float your feet back. Active Vinyasa flow opportunity. If you'd like that flow in your body, we'll reconnect in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. At any point, you're always welcome to drop down to the knees, take a tabletop shape in the body. Whatever feels good for you. So that's your 4 to 5 postures linked together with a vinyasa flow as the signifier, the conclusion of that side. So connect the elements of your body. How are you feeling? What are you feeling? And where are you feeling those specific sensations? So preparing yourself for the other side, you're going to take an inhale, looking back at your toes where the big toes are meeting. And then exhale once more, walk the hands back or take a tabletop. Hands now at the back of your mat with your feet, forward fold. Inhale, spine rises halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, softening in the knees, heart comes back for a forward fold again. Take that next breath in, bend the knees. Arms rise up, Utkatasana, staying with those bent knees in chair pose. And then exhale, keeping the hands at heart center. You can have them extended up here if that feels better for you today. But coming back to balancing chair, inhale, shift back on the heels, wiggle the toes. And then exhale, shift forward, raise the heels off the ground. Finding some strength in your feet, some strength in your ankles. Maybe rise up a little bit higher. Feeling the balls of your feet really rooted in that place. You're planted for 3 more breaths. Good job. Now taking an inhale again. Release the heels back down to the mat. And exhale as you straighten your legs. The left foot lifts off the ground, left knee bent. Keep that left knee bent or extend the left foot out in front of you. Just a little extra balance here, 5 breaths. And as you're here, become aware of the right foot. It's the right foot being planted in place that will help you lift the left leg a little higher if leg height is something that you lean into with your practice. 2 breaths to go. And then mindful steps to your trapeze walk. Inhale, left foot plants in front of the right. And then exhale, right foot steps in front of the left foot, toes touching the heel. Inhale, left foot steps. Exhale, right foot steps. Couple more. You might get to the front of your mat sooner, and that's totally fine. Last one, inhale, left foot steps. Exhale, right foot steps. And then turning that left foot out to the left side of your mat, Vrksasana, tree pose. Start with the left foot in a kickstand, just so that you have that point of focus for your eyes. And then keep the left toes on the ground or slide the left foot up the right leg. Taking some time here to breathe. And always knowing that if the feet aren't feeling it, you can always shake the body out. Come back. Part of cultivating that sense of trust in your body is knowing when you need to move and when stillness is something attainable. But it's knowing that not every day is going to follow the same formula. Halfway point of tree pose. Good job. Last breath here. And then inhale, be mindful of the right foot. It's going to stay in place. As you exhale, lead back with your left big toe, turning the foot 45 degrees. As the foot plants on the mat, Virabhadrasana, Warrior One. As ever, the arm placement is entirely your choice. Just keeping mind at heart center, as you know that's one of the options you can take. But as ever, out in front, up above, to the sides, anything that gives you that sense of your warrior today. You're here for 3 more breaths. Nice job. As you take your next inhale, you're going to lean into that right knee, bending a little deeper. And then exhale, stepping the left foot forward as the body melts forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, raise your spine up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale to bend the knees, plant the hands, drop down to your tabletop. Just a moment to choose a hip, left or right. Sit back on the hip, legs swing through center. Maybe you want to grab some water real fast. But your goal is to bring yourself all the way down to your mat. Take your blocks with you as you make your way. And then bending the knees, knees open to the sides, Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana this time around, reclining butterfly. Take that bound angle shape, just getting a little bit into some deep soothingness for the hip region. Mostly a standing practice today, just encouraging your body to move in trustworthy ways. Ways that connect you to understanding how you move through space. You may frequently hear a word like proprioception, which is the relationship between your body and a given space, mentioned throughout a practice. But that's what yoga aims to do, among many other things that yoga aims to do. It's just to increase that trust you have with that proprioceptive bond. So take a couple moments here, just letting your body exist in space, no expectations, just surrendering, succumbing to the eased state that your savasana gives you. Remember your breath and your heartbeat. Notice if any thoughts tried to share space with you throughout your practice today. And then maybe invite those thoughts to stay here for a few moments. This time is for you. So enjoy your savasana. Thank yourself, thank your body for everything it moves you through. And know that I will call you back to the here and now shortly. the time has come to begin guiding yourselves back to this plane. Before even acknowledging your breath, observe just how far down you went into the depths of your Savasana. That deep place of cultivating, knowing, personal understanding. That deep place of observing how your body changes shape by shape, moment by moment. And then bringing those changes with you as you rise to the surface. Breathe in through the nose. The air finds its way down to your lungs, guided gently by your coaxing. And then breathe out through the nose or take a big sigh through the mouth, using that audible noise to corporealize your connection a little bit more to the space. From there, the fingertips and toes might wiggle softly, getting a little movement. The hands move underneath the knees just to close the legs out of your reclining butterfly, your Supta Baddha Konasana. And then make any movements for your body once you feel the knees brack together. Whatever it is that honors and strengthens your return to your mat in this personal space that you've created for yourself. You are always welcome to end your practice in that conjured Savasana that you've given your body today. You're also welcome to join me in a final seat at any place in your mat that honors you. Sit bones arriving on the earth as you make those gentle, mindful movements, kind movements to your body. Finding a ceiling shape for the arms, the legs, the eyes, all of those elements that joined you on your journey today. And then recalling your sankalpa, your personal intention, a practice with elements of balance, elements of moving trustingly of your own self, knowing that there will be some stumbles, there will be some times that life might throw us off balance, but it's just about moving one moment at a time, one breath at a time, and trusting the road that you've created for yourself. After all, each step brings us a little bit closer to realizing our authentic selves. It has been my humble honor and continual joy to have shared space with y'all on this slow practice today. Thank you for making time for yourselves in this helter-skelter world, and may you always live this life authentically for you, bringing the same shine and radiance to this beautiful planet that has been bolstered by your mats at this time. The luminosity in me cherishes, respects, and will always celebrate the luminous, blooming heart in each of you. Shanti. Namaste. Thank you all again for joining me on your journey with your mats today. Drink a little extra water in case you're feeling a smidgen of stickiness in the legs, the calves. Until we meet again, namaste.